welcome to another video. I really need to come up with a slogan for my intro. I really do, and I'm having a hard time trying to do that, but that's not the point. Today I have a story time for y'all, and while I'm telling you my story time, it's gonna be like a get ready with me because it's a date night and I'm supposed to be going out with hubby in the next hour or so. So I'm gonna take y'all with me to get ready. The story time that I have for y'all today is I'm going to tell y'all how I dislocated my shoulder. Yes, my left side shoulder. It's gonna be an interesting one, but a funny one. It might not be funny to me. It's funny to me. It's funny, but that's not. I'm gonna go ahead and take me. I just glued my hair down. That's why y'all see this. I don't know what I look like right now with my glasses off, but y'all are blurry, like, and I did not want to put my contacts on either because I didn't feel like doing that either. So basically what happened was this happened to me. This happened around like, I have my mirror right here. So if y'all see me looking here, it's because I have my mirror. This happened around 2:30 in the morning on April. This happened to me in April the 9th, 2:30 in the morning on a Wednesday morning. Hubby was on the game at the time when this happened. But luckily he was in the game while he was in the bedroom. Basically what happened was I decided to try to play with hubby at that time, and karma got me, and I tried to put the cover over his head when I did it, and karma was like, nope, not today, and pulled my shoulder back. So basically it's this shoulder right here. So I'm not going to do it with this shoulder because right now I can't lift it up all the way. So I'm gonna do it with this shoulder. So basically I had the cover over my head like this, and my shoulder blade ended up going back and it got stuck, and I did not know what to do. So I tried to release it, but by putting it back in place, which, you know, I know you're not really supposed to. You're supposed to leave it to the professionals, but it was like 2 in the morning and nobody had any professionals at that time. So while I was trying to put it back where it was supposed to be at, even though I was in a lot of pain, at that time, y'all, I was on my knees on the bed. And by me moving so much, my knee ended up slipping off the bed. And when it slipped off the bed, I fell off the bed. So y'all can just imagine and guess what happened when I fell off the bed, knowing my shoulder was stuck in place in the air. I ended up falling on it like a dummy. I fell on it. Luckily it put it back into place, but I was in so much shock of the pain that I just started to scream. I screamed. Hubby turned around, was like, what's going on, what's going on? Next thing you know, I think I blacked out. I don't know, but I know I was aware of what was going on, but the pain was like my biggest concern, my biggest focus. Yeah, I do my eyebrows so messed up, so don't come into me like, ew, why your eyebrows look like that? Because I do them like this and then I touch them up with the concealer. That's just how I do it. He ended up trying to calm me down in the mix of it, and I just couldn't calm down because of the shock I was in. So we ended up rushing me to the hospital. I'm in the hospital crying, yada yada yada. My hubby's telling them, you know, what happened. You know, he doesn't know what really happened because his back was turned away from me when it happened. So yeah, hubby told him what, you know, he saw, you know, from what he heard. Eyebrows are really the most tedious thing that I cannot do to save my life. But like I said, y'all, this is how I do my eyebrows. I know I look weird, don't come for me, I'm gonna fill it in. But yeah, we get to the hospital, you know, I'm crying, you know, I couldn't really explain to them, you know, what really happened or, you know, what was, you know, going on. So hubby told him, you know, from what I told him when I calmed down in the car a little bit, you know, did some x-rays. Hubby was there to hold my hand through the whole entire process, you know. which I thank him for that. The lady comes in with this big freaking needle. I'm talking about this big needle. So I'm thinking, okay, she's gonna put the needle in my arm. You know, I can take it, you know, as much as I can when they're putting it in my arm. But she was like, okay, you need to turn over. Turn over. I'm wondering, and I'm looking at her while I'm still sobbing. Why do I need to turn over? Okay, you're gonna put the needle in the back of my arm? No, this one's gonna go in your hip, she tells me. Near my butt? Yeah. So I look at her. I look at hubby. I'm looking at him, telling him, do not allow this woman to stick a needle in my butt. Do not allow this woman to stick a needle on my hip. I will be fine with taking a pain medicine or a pill. You can give me a pill, but you're not gonna, no, you're not. And you're not gonna sit here and tell me that's the only option. It was, and I wasn't trying to hear it. So I did what I had to do, and I took that needle, and I screamed. I screamed on the top of my lungs like I was dying. It was no joke. No joke at all. I was conflicted on what pain I should be focusing on first. My shoulder, or the simple fact that she stuck a really long needle in my back to numb me up. I didn't know what to feel. The doctor finally comes in with the x-rays and tell us that everything looks intact. Everything looks fine. You have no broken bones. Your muscles look fine, intact, yada yada. Your shoulder's not dislocated, this, that, and third. He gave me some medicine for the night and was like, just take this medicine when you get home. Once this medicine wear off, just take this one and you'll be straight for the night. Keep your arm in a sling. Oh, okay, I can keep my arm in a sling, whatever, yada yada yada. I'm a lefty, so everything I do is with my left hand. I drive with my left hand, I eat with my left hand, I shower with my left hand, I do my makeup with my left hand. Everything that I do, cook, clean, everything, I use my left hand. And I sleep on my left side. So I don't sleep on my right side at all. So I was just like, okay, we'll just make it do for the time being. He was like, the pain gonna go away within 2 to 3 weeks, you'll be okay. So I'm just like, okay, 2 to 3 weeks, that should be nothing. I'll be able to go back to work within, you know, 2 weeks. Y'all, tell me why 2 weeks turned into a whole month. 2 weeks turned into a whole month. So they was like, follow up with your primary care. If you don't follow up with your primary care, follow up with an ortho. Keep in mind, I'm still high on drugs. I don't really know everything what's going on when it comes to like paperwork and everything. Hubby was handling all that for me. We scheduled an appointment for this ortho guy, and I think he was in Snellville. It's about 2 hours from my house. So we get up to the appointment. I'm wearing the sling. I'm in so much pain. Hubby fills out the paperwork for me to go in and get seen. The worst appointment I've ever been to for an ortho. The worst. I've been through better appointments in my lifetime, but this one, it was ridiculous. The hospital told us that the x-rays would be sent over to the ortho when we get there. We called early in that morning to be like, hey, is the x-rays going to be sent over to the ortho so they could, you know, view my x-rays? They asked us if we had copies of the x-rays, and I told them no, I did not have copies of the x-ray. So they was like, have the hospital fax them or email them over to us so we can look at them. I was like, okay, cool, bet. Called them in advance, been like, hey, did y'all send them things over? They was like, yeah, we already sent them over, da 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 da. I said, all right, cool, because I'm an hour away. Do not feel like coming back to y'all just to grab a CD. Not doing that. Did y'all receive the x-rays from the hospital? They told us no. They told us no, they have not. They never did receive them. So I was like, wow, okay. So I called over to my fiance. I'm not gonna say I, because I didn't do shit. But my fiance called over to the hospital and told them, you know, like, hey, y'all told me y'all sent the things out. What's going on? Oh, we need Iyanna's permission to send the things over because we can't send them to you because we don't know who you are. Da, da, da. I was like, well, your name is in the system. If they need an emergency contact, who they're calling? They're calling him. So I was like, what do you mean? You can pull up my records, you can see his name. It's not this here. Yeah, we can see his name, but we still need authorization from you. Okay, cool. Hand me the phone. I give them authorization. Yes, you'll have authorization to give the CD to the ortho or whatever you need. You have to be here to give us authorization. I'm all the way in Snellville. It takes me 2 hours to get back to y'all. 2 hours to get back to y'all. Y'all want me to drive all the way back over there just to say,
yes, please send the disc over to the ortho so they can have it so I can follow with my appointment.
I am not driving 2 hours, and on top of that, gas prices was already as it is. I'm not doing that. I was like, you know what? I already have a nasty attitude when it comes to ignorant people. I'm just gonna say it as it is. And that was just plain ignorant to me. Like, if you want to act slow, then you can act slow, but you're not gonna act slow on my time. No, I'm sorry. So I was like, you know what, hubby, you take the phone, because hubby's nice when he needs to be. And if I was on the phone with them people, they would have had it out for me. They would have had it out for me, for sure. I was like, you got this, you got this. So while in the mix of them trying to get this stuff over and him going back and forth, the doctor comes in the room. And I feel like, in a sense of the way, it was kind of messed up on how and when the doctor came in the room. Because as soon as my fiance left the room, that's when he ended up coming in the room. I don't know if that's just a coincidence or what, but it was just strange to me. So the doctor, he gets in the room, and we had to go through this whole process of taking x-rays again. So I had to pull money out of my pockets again because the hospital couldn't do their job the first time, and get some more x-rays taken. So got x-rays, he looks at x-rays, everything looks fine. Duh, that's what I told you. But okay, cool. He tells me, oh, from what I see here, there's nothing really wrong with your shoulder. Oh, okay. Then turns around to tell me there is no possible way you can dislocate your shoulder falling off the bed. Then explain to me, please, explain to me, just explain to me. How, why, who, just how, just how. That's all I can just look at him and just like, are you, how is that not possible? Oh, because you're not 65, 85 years old like me. See, I'm an old man and I have a higher possibility of dislocating my shoulder than somebody who's 21 or 18 or younger. What? You're not gonna sit here and have me believe that there's no possibility of me dislocating my shoulder. You're not gonna sit here and have me believe that. I don't care what doctor you are. I don't care what kind of degree you have. So basically you're telling me I'm a liar. That's basically what he was saying. I was lying and I was making it up. But I have the x-rays. I brought the paperwork, the documentation from the hospital explaining them what's going on and from what they can see in them. And you're gonna tell me, you didn't want to look at the paperwork and then tell me that I'm a liar? Okay. Okay. If that's the game that we want to play, that's the game that we're gonna play. Then want to turn around and make jokes talking about, oh, you're flexible. You're very flexible. You're double jointed. You can bend your thumb back or whatever, yada, yada, yada. Laughing it. So I'm just like, oh, you know, just playing it off. I'm like, okay, hubby, just come back in the room, because I was already irritated with him already. Just when he walked in the room, the vibes was already off. I just did not like how he was talking to me. I did not like how he was handling my arm, my shoulder. He was lifting my shoulder up in positions that I was crying. So he lifted my arm up in a position so high, like lifted up so high to where I just screamed and I cried. And my fiance just comes in the room, barged in the room like, what's going on? He comes in like, oh, everything's okay. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Don't worry about it. Everything's fine. She's okay. She's just really strong. She's really strong. She'll be back to work and in no time. So, okay. He was like, I was like, no. He sees me crying. I'm in tears. He's consulting me, trying to get me to calm down and trying to talk to the doctor. The things that the doctor was explaining to me, he needed to explain to him as well, so he can go back to my job and let my job know and figure out what paperwork I needed to get done. The doctor did not want to go over everything that he went over with me. He did not want to do that at all. He immediately left the room as soon as he came back in the room. She's fine, she's fine, she's fine. Go, she's good, she's good, she's good. Y'all have a nice day, y'all have a nice day. And then immediately left the room without explaining to him what he told me. So when he left, I explained to him everything, what happened and what he was telling me. When I did that, it pissed him off. It pissed him off. So we get up to the front. They was like, do you want to schedule up a follow appointment? And I was like, I just looked at hubby. I was like, at this point, it's your call, because, and he was like, do you want to come back here? And I was like, no, I don't want to come back here. Like, he didn't even look at me. He didn't even do anything. Only thing he told me was take some ibuprofen and then gave me some medicine, like just some numbing medicine or whatever. And that was it. He didn't physically look at me. Like, I was only in his presence for like 2 minutes max. 2 minutes max. So I was like, you know what? No, I can't. So she was like, oh, we will bill you, we will mail you the bill when the bill comes through, because their system wasn't working. I was like, ooh, thank the Lord. I was like, okay, cool, mail it to me. Y'all got the address. She mailed me the bill. Oh, I got the bill. Don't get me wrong. I got that little lousy bill that they gave me. And I promise you, and I bet you, and I put this on everything I love, I did not pay for that bill. I did not pay for that bill. And I wasn't going to pay for that bill, because y'all didn't see me. Y'all didn't do what y'all was supposed to do. Like, think about it. I come in, you see me for only 2.3 seconds and then leave and basically tell me I'm lying. That's just like a person going to the hospital and they just got stabbed. And the hospital people tell you that you lying, and then they send you home with some ibuprofen. You're gonna look at them like they're stupid. You're going to look at them like they're stupid. And I did. So yeah, I didn't pay for that bill. We scheduled up another appointment with an ortho sport and spine, and they definitely seen me better. We get in the car and I'm telling him like, yo, there's no way that he did that to me. Like, put me in way more pain than I was in now. And he refused to schedule MRI. It felt like, from the pain that I was explaining to the emergency room, that they think that I could have, you know, tore something in my shoulder. Basically, my fiance was like, I'm gonna take you to my ortho doctor. I was like, okay, cool, you know, take me there. Get there, called them, scheduled an appointment. They got me in as soon as they could, which I'm happy for. So I get up there, the assistant that came in, which I thought he was the doctor. I thought he was the guy that I was supposed to be seeing. But come to find out he wasn't. So I'm explaining to him the situation, this, that, and the third. And he was like, I understand what you're saying. I explained to the ortho old dude that I cannot go back to work in this pain. I work at Amazon, and I work at the Amazon in Stone Mountain. Yeah, I work at the Amazon at Stone Mountain. So I cannot do the things that I, you know, do at Amazon because I stow. And I was telling him I can't do that. I can't work at Amazon in these conditions. I just can't do it. Okay, well, I'm gonna send you to physical therapy, so you'll be okay. Okay, fine, we'll do physical therapy. That's fine. Physical therapy, sure, cool, whatever. I'll take that. But you'll go back to work next week. What? Going back to work next week after I just went through this process last week? No, I'm not going. I was not going back to work next week. I was not doing that. So I told him, you know, my fiance told him like, hey, this needs to be filled out on the paperwork or whatever. He was like, okay, cool, I'll have my assistant fill it out for you. We waiting for him to fill out the paperwork. She was like, I'm gonna fill it out and then I'm gonna call y'all. I was like, okay, cool, fill it out, call us, and, you know, let us know. Tell me why. She said it was gonna take her, what, 3 to 5 days to fill it out? It took her whole 14 days to fill it out. Yeah, so I was like, I just can't go back to work in these positions, so I'm gonna have to be out or whatever. Because he was trying to send me back to work. I was not going for it. I really wasn't. Y'all, you're not gonna send me back to work, me feeling the way I'm feeling. It's just, no, I'm sorry. No, it's not happening. So she was like, I'm gonna have my assistant fill it out, da da da. All right, okay, cool. We get up there, we tell the assistant what needs to be on there. Because she said, oh, I understand this, that, and the third. Tell me why she put the opposite of everything we told her to put on the damn excuse. And I'm sorry, but she put the opposite. I could return back to work within the next business work day. I was like, yo, I can't return back to work. You got me in a sling. The hospital told me to keep my arm in the sling so I don't do nothing to whack it out of place again. He gonna tell me to not put my arm in a sling. I'm keeping my arm in a sling until further notice. Until somebody tells me until somebody tells me the truth of what's going on. Like I said, it took her 3 weeks to call me back. I called them and be like, hey, did y'all fill out that paperwork out for us? She was like, no, we have not got to it yet. Keep in mind, my job called me and said, hey, the deadline to submit that paperwork is on this date. So I'm just like, dang it. Okay, cool. Thank you for letting me know. Let me get in contact with these people. Yo, they did not fill that paperwork out. She was like, okay. I called him. I was like, hey, this paperwork needs to be due. What's going on? She was like, oh, yes, I see the paperwork. I'm going to get it done as soon as possible. She was like, I was like, okay, so when's the fastest you'll have this paperwork done so I can return it to my job? She was like, oh, I have it done by the 25th. My job told me to submit that paperwork in by the 19th. Was my last day to submit that paperwork. I was like, no, this paperwork needs to be done by Monday. She was like, I don't know if I'll push it out. Well, you're gonna push it out by Monday. That's what's gonna happen now. That's what you're going to do. You're gonna push it out by Monday. And call me. Do not send it to my job. Call me so I can come and pick it up and see if I want to submit that paperwork or not. Because y'all already did a terrible job at my visit. Y'all not gonna sit here and send a non-complete paperwork to my job and it's not right. Like, not right at all. So she was like, okay, I'll give you a call when it's complete. I was like, okay, cool. Like I said again, please do not send it to my job. Okay, thank you. You don't have a nice day. Yada yada. She calls me on a Saturday. We were out. We went to Walmart. She calls me and was like, hi, Miss Williams. And I was like, Miss Williams, how are you? I was like, I'm doing fine, and you? She was like, oh, I'm doing good. I was like, okay, good. She was like, I was calling to let you know that the paperwork has been done and I submitted it to your job. I was like, you did what? She was like, yes, the paperwork has been done. I submitted it to your job. I was like, why would you submit it to the job after I told you not to submit it to my job? She was like, well, because from the carrier that it comes from, it's telling me that we can submit it to them. But did I tell you to submit it to them? Did that come out of my mouth? No, it did not. So why did you take it upon yourself to submit a paperwork that I told you not to submit? I said, okay, fine, since you submitted, what's on that paperwork? Oh, that you can return to work on your next scheduled business day, but you can wear the sling, not wear the sling, but you cannot lift your shoulder. Yo, I was like, you serious, right? Like you're joking. Like you're joking, right? Like, please tell me that you're joking. She was not joking. Y'all, she was not joking at all. I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna go back and forth with you. You did the opposite of what I told you not to do. Contour the nerves. Yeah. I was like, you know what? Forget it. I have an appointment with the other ortho people in the next day or two so they can give me the proper paperwork. So I went to the other ortho after I had an appointment with them. They properly seen me like they were supposed to. I told them the situation with the other ortho that the other ortho did to me. And I did at their location as well. Yes, I did. And they told me they don't get that many good reviews. So I don't understand why the hospital, or was it my primary care, referred me to them terrible people. Because from what they was hearing, they was hearing a lot of complaints from that office, from that ortho place. A lot of complaints. Here's what I want you to do, because you've been through this pain long enough, like longer than you're supposed to. I'm a scheduled appointment with physical therapy. They're going to call you. I was like, all right, bet, cool. Have them call me, schedule an appointment. He was like, go to the appointment at least 1 or 2 times. Come back and we'll schedule the MRI. I was like, okay, cool, thank you. And we left. Them folks never called. They never called. Not even once. So they was like, we're gonna schedule a follow-up with, I'm gonna say the new doctor that I go to now. We're gonna call him Tom. Yeah, we're gonna call him Tom. It was like, we're gonna schedule an appointment with a 2-week follow-up appointment with Tom in the next 2 weeks. I was like, all right, cool. Scheduled appointment. A week and a half went by and the people never called. Never called. Not even once. They never called. So I called them and was like, hey, what's going on? Are they gonna call me for physical therapy? She was like, yes, let me call them and then I will call you right back. I was like, okay, cool. Call me right back. The woman never called me back. She didn't call me back. She did not call me back at all. I called them back the next day and told them, and they just gave me the number, which they should have done in the first place, instead of stringing me along and doing the utmost. So I finally got in physical therapy, did the 2 to 3 sessions, that went to see him 2 weeks, got back with my other doctor, Tom, got back with Tom, you know, scheduled an appointment with the MRI. He was like, they're gonna call me too. They never called. I don't understand what's going on with the scheduling people, because the scheduling people, I lost my top. Oh, it's right here. The scheduling people that schedules the appointments for, you know, doing physical therapy or whatever, they're the ones that's supposed to call you or make sure they call you. And they kept saying my insurance was taking too long to freaking process, which I know that was a buttload of lie. I know it was. You're not gonna sit here and tell me that's the truth, because it was not. Finally scheduled an appointment with my MRI. Took my MRI pictures, had a panic attack in the machine, which was not fun at all. And my MRIs came back. Everything looked good on my MRIs. Nothing was dislocated, nothing, my joints was not teared, there was not a leakage, no leakage, nothing out of whack. Nothing out of whack at all. So after being out of work for a month and still out of work now, I gotta go back to work, but I gotta be on restriction because I still can't lift my shoulder like I'm supposed to. But I'm not gonna keep going back and forth with them, because now I'm going back and forth with them getting restrictions as we speak right now. I'm going back and forth with them on that. Everything was good on my end. MRIs, like I said, the MRIs came back. Nothing is tore, nothing is, you know, no blood, nothing. So I thank the Lord for that. And I'll be back to work soon. I did something light, something simple, not too much, but yeah, got the MRI, like I said, I got the MRI done. But yeah, but still this very day, I'm kind of good. I'm good. I got an appointment with Tom. Like I said, I got an appointment with Tom Tuesday, so I can get things done, so I can go back to work. But yeah, that's the end of the story on how I dislocated my shoulder and the journey that I went through because of that. And it was a big headache. But I'm done, y'all. I just did my makeup. I'm finna go get dressed and we finna head out. Get this night started. But yeah, like I said, thank you for watching this video. Like, comment, subscribe if y'all like the story. And let me know from the comment section if y'all been through something similar to like this before. Like, let me know. Y'all make sure I hit that like button, and please make sure you subscribe. And let me know what's up. Posting content every week for y'all. Not missing a day. Consistency is key. You already know. And I'll catch y'all later. Bye, y'all.